Only days away from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Who will walk away victorious? Who will walk away empty-handed? Who will walk away with all the gold? Do you guys realize that on Sunday, Seth Rollins has an opportunity to become not only the Intercontinental Champion, but as well the Raw Tag Team Champion? Seth Rollins would hold 2 belts. The Shield would hold a total of 3. Roman Reigns the Universal, Seth the Intercontinental, Seth and Dean the Raw Tag Team Champions. But with this being said, they have a huge task in front of them. Because if you don't realize, they're going up against the likes of Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. 2 of, if not, the hottest wrestlers in the game. Who else just lays a level of intimidation across you like Drew McIntyre? So there is a steep task ahead for Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. But not only that, we get a friendship that once was stronger than steel. Now, you have a woman scorned in Becky Lynch, feeling she has been mistreated and used by her friend Charlotte Flair. Becky is a woman hurt. Becky is a woman looking for something that she deserves. She has worked so hard for, to only get it taken away by Charlotte Flair. But who will walk away victorious? That's what we're here to discuss. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the intro so we can break down the predictions. What is up, Sportskita, YouTube, and KliqpodNation? Nation? As always, thank you for joining me, your boy JG. And we're here to discuss Hell in a Cell. And as crazy as that sounds, yo, I'm ready. I am stoked. We are days away. I cannot tell you, I've been sitting here steaming and brewing, thinking, who's going to walk away victorious? Is Becky Lynch finally going to get what's rightfully hers? Could we see the Rusev Day finally get WWE Gold? What? Is this real? Not only that, could Samoa Joe actually become your WWE champion? Oh my goodness. So many possibilities for this weekend, guys, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to hang out with your boy. Man, I'm stoked. I gotta say, when we ended the review on Tuesday, I was still torn. I didn't fully know how I felt. And then yesterday, I'm just sitting there and I'm just thinking, just things are processing through my head, breaking down the card in my head. Then I gotta be honest, at some point, something came over me. And it wasn't the fact that we are fortunate enough to be giving you guys this prediction video, not only on Sportskita, but YouTube and everywhere else. Not only that, we're fortunate enough to have you guys as the most amazing fans in the world, and I wouldn't trade you guys for anything, anyone, and any amounts of money. But I realized it's because when you actually look at this pay-per-view from top to bottom, if the product was just a little better, this would be an absolutely stacked card. There may be some matches in here that may not be positioned where I would have liked to seen them book. But when you look at it from top to bottom, you can really do a lot with this. And this is what I think the WWE needs really at this time. As we get closer and closer to the day when Tuesday Night SmackDown is no longer Tuesday Night SmackDown. It actually becomes Friday Night SmackDown. This is a great opportunity to get those wandering eyes and those people who might have ran away from the product right back in because of what you're giving us. So, with that being said, we are here to break down the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I am super excited. So the first match we're going to talk about for Sunday's card is going to be the New Day versus the Rusev Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Guys, is it any surprise on where you think I'm going? Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the New Day. I love the New Day. I love Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. I think they are amazing. I think the comedy shtick, I love Kramer Kingston. They are just one of the best tag teams on the show. They produce matches. They make you laugh. Don't sit here and deny it. Even if you want to be a hater, there are different segments they do that make you chuckle. But with that being said, guys, I don't think it's going to go the New Day's way. I actually have Rusev Day, Aiden English, and Rusev walking away victorious with his beautiful wife, Lana, as they become your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions of the world. Woo! We already start the night with an upset. What? Now, do you guys see why I'm so excited? When I really sat back and broke down the card and thought about it, I'm like, holy cow. This is the perfect opportunity for the WWE to just make this a pay-per-view of swerves. Who wouldn't want to see Rusev Day victorious? We all know they deserve this. They've been working so hard. I know you're just like me, sitting in your living room each and every Monday night chanting Rusev Day. Happy knowing that Rusev and Aiden English have this glorious opportunity. Gotta be honest, I thought they were going to lose to the Bar. After seeing them win to the Bar, I am fully in 1,000,000%, guys. I got Rusev Day walking away victorious, like I said before, becoming your new tag team, SmackDown Tag Team Champions of the world. And Monday is going to be a happy Rusev Day once again. Woo! Let's go, man. And that's the very first match. Well, hopefully, if they do it right, that's what I want them to start the card out with. Because I think that just sets the pace for the rest of the night. Oh, my God, that's so good. Next match we're going to talk about is the Raw Tag Team Championships of the World. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, your Raw Tag Team Champions, versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Wow. Like we talked about in the intro, guys, this is a monumental moment for Seth Rollins. Not only for him, for the Shield. If the Shield is able to walk away victorious in this match, Seth Rollins is not putting his Intercontinental Championship on the line at all Sunday night because he's taking care of business first with Dean. They have an opportunity to walk away with 3 belts. They would hold every big belt on the Raw show, and the show would literally break down and rotate around 3 guys. If you actually go back to, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's not up on Sportskeeda, but if you go over to our YouTube channel, the KliqpodGaming, and you look at our Raw review from about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I had actually mentioned something along this lines where the Shield could have all the belts. I wanted to see it done a little different way, but we are at that moment where this quite possibly could happen on Sunday. And that's just so crazy to think of. With that being said, I'm going for Dolph and Drew to retain their titles and walk away victorious. The reason I'm going away with it here, this isn't a no DQ match. This is a straight wrestling match as far as we know to this moment. With that being said, they can still get themselves DQ'd. They can still get themselves counted out and walk away victorious. Honestly, why would you end this feud here as we inch closer to SummerSlam? Wouldn't you think this feud between Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler versus the Shield would be perfect for SummerSlam? So with booking in mind, I have Dolph and Drew retaining as we propel this story forward and continue as we move to Survivor Series. I think might have said SummerSlam before. Meant to say Survivor Series. Then we have what I am going to predict now as match of the night. If not match of the night, at least the second best match on the whole entire card. And that is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. How did we get here, guys? Think back to Charlotte's return. Charlotte came back, defeated Carmella, got her an opportunity to face Carmella along with Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. Charlotte wins the match. Becky wanted to be the better person. Unfortunately, emotions got involved. Becky attacks her. But honestly, can you blame Becky for her attack on Charlotte? I can't. With this, I'm fully on the Becky train. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We are wanting to see Becky walk away victorious. And the reason why is Becky earned her opportunity to go one-on-one with Carmella. As a friend, Charlotte should have came back and when offered the opportunity by Paige, and she walks away victorious. After the match, she tells Paige, hey, I don't want to take the match. You know what? This is Becky's chance. Becky hasn't had this fair of an opportunity before. I'm going to give it to her. But instead, Charlotte let her greed come in the way. She takes a spot in the match, and she ends up walking away victorious. Now, yes, I know the WWE is about competition, but at some point, friendship should come into play. That's just my personal opinion. So once again, this is 3 straight swerve. This is a perfect way for the WWE to go. Let's get the belt on Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch should be your SmackDown Women's Champion as we go into Evolution. For me personally, I think this should be your main event at Evolution, but with some kind of a twist on it to make it even more spectacular at this point. Because I think these ladies are about to set it off, guys. Even if you're not a fan of watching women's wrestling, I say you just need to sit back, grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, and enjoy this match. Because it's going to be a barn burner, and we're going to be chanting Becky Lynch at the end of the night, guys. Now, this is one that I think the WWE, as I was thinking about, I think the WWE blew up a really good opportunity with this. And the match I'm talking about is the Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. And the opportunity I think they blew with this match is when we seen Alexa finish, who was it? Natalya with the armbar, that should have actually set this up to be a submissions only match or win by armbar match. I think this was the perfect opportunity to play this out. Alexa had shown she did the armbar. Obviously, we know Ronda is the armbar queen of the world. I've never seen anyone, let alone man or a woman, put on an armbar better than Ronda Rousey. And they're out there, don't get me wrong, but Ronda's on a whole new level when it comes to that. So I think the WWE missed a perfect opportunity to add a little spice to this match so it doesn't feel like it's something we just seen at SummerSlam. But with that being said, Ronda with her injured ribs coming out of Monday night, quite possibly you could set this up for an attack in the back. Maybe and the way, now that I'm actually sitting here and talking to you guys about it, think about this. So there was a lot of focus to Ronda's ribs, and during her promo backstage after the rib injury, there was a lot of focus on her being able to compete and her saying she will be there regardless. What if that's the story? What if that's how this breaks down? Since there was so much focus on her being there, what if there's something stopping her from being able to compete? Because remember, if the doctor says you can't compete, you can't compete in the WWE. And with Stephanie McMahon's feelings towards Ronda Rousey, if she did compete at this time, what would stop Stephanie from suspending her and stripping her from the title for not following the direct orders of the doctor and management? So with this one, I don't know how. I don't know how. But I do see Ronda Rousey walking away victorious. I think Ronda has to be your champ going into Evolution. She has to be your champ going into Evolution. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no way to turn it around or put it any other way. I understand that Alexa's facing Trish Stratus at Evolution, but does anybody really want to see that for the WWE Women's Raw Championship? I don't personally. Once again, I think Ronda retains. She walks away and heads into Evolution. Still, your Raw Women's Champion. And honestly, after this match, I hope Alexa Bliss gets pushed back to the line and we start to see more people get pushed forward. More notably, I know it won't happen before Evolution, but coming out of Evolution, I would like to see Ronda Rousey go along and work with Ruby Riott. I think they would do excellent work together. Absolutely great work. I think their chemistry could feed off each other. They're both stubborn as hell, both badasses. So you could do a lot of things with Ronda coming out of this. So now we get to part two. Yeah, it's part two. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we are talking AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Take my money. Take my money. God, I'm one of the ones who thought you did it perfectly at SummerSlam. I thought it was excellent. I thought seeing AJ's emotions finally snap, coming out of the Shinsuke, going on to the Joe feud, he snapped. He no longer can control his emotions. Once that happened and he beat the crap out of Joe, my instant thought was, we're going to see this at Hell in a Cell, and I love the way they continued this on without giving me some kind of nonchalant ending where we get a DQ or something like that. The way Joe got inside his skin just adds to the fuel and the fire of this storyline. And I can't wait to see what these two have in store for us on Sunday. Absolutely high hopes with these guys. They're doing remarkable skills. From Joe's bedtime story to AJ's empty arena interview, they've kept me captivated. I can feel it from both sides. Obviously, I love Joe, and I love AJ, but I'm just a heel guy. I mean, it's that simple. I'm a heel kind of guy. Not with my everyday life, just with watching the WWE. But at the same time, man, AJ is the phenomenal one. I've been watching this guy forever, literally since TNA. But who hasn't, probably, right? That's what I should ask. Who hasn't? But with that said, I think by the end of this match, you walk away with a new WWE champion with Samoa Joe. I think AJ's phenomenal reign finally comes to the end. And our new WWE champion is Samoa Joe walking away victorious. AJ Styles laying in the middle of the ring, nighty-night. Now he can go home and spend some time with the family. And Joe can take care of business. Let's go, man. Oh, my goodness. Then we get your intergender match of the evening. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus Miz and his beautiful wife, Maryse. With that being said, where do we start? First, we hope Brie's on her game. Okay? We don't want to see a repeat of these past 2 weeks, man. Like, I can't do it. Okay? I can't see a bad performance in this match. I am excited that we continue the Daniel and Miz feud, but for me personally, this is just too quick. This is just too quick. I don't even think they should be in this match. To be honest, I think it should be Miz accompanying his wife Maryse in a match versus Brie Bella accompanied by Daniel Bryan. You're feeding me too much of this. And this is a storyline that should go on until WrestleMania. And if it's something you're going to constantly throw in my face and just keep feeding this to me month after month after month, by the time we get to WrestleMania, let's be honest, we're going to be pretty burnt out from it. We need to slow this down. So I'm not even hoping to see a lot of The Miz in this match. To be honest, I would not care if The Miz and Maryse get themselves disqualified early in this match, so that way we could have it ended without them actually getting their hands on each other. Because once again, this is a feud you need to let brew. You need to kind of tease and taunt Daniel Bryan by not being able to get his hands on The Miz and The Miz having that win over him. So, I don't know. This is a match I do expect to see end very quickly, maybe 5 to 10 minute match. I'm going with Daniel and Bree, even though I would like to see Miz and Maurice win this so it can continue their upper hand in the situation, and it only feels fire to Bree as well as Daniel Bryan. So I'm going to pick Daniel and Bree, but my heart's telling me I should have went with Miz and Maurice, because if you want this feud to continue and keep adding fuel to the fire, you need to keep giving The Miz the upper hand in this situation. Now, we get to a match that, with this being the 20-year anniversary of the Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Mick Foley, still to date one of the greatest spots I have ever seen in WWE history. I don't know about greatest, but maybe most dangerous, psychotic, and God did I love it when I seen it, but at the same time, we didn't have the word cringeworthy back then, but it was cringeworthy. I remember sitting there as a kid watching as he fell, and I thought he was dead at first. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even think I've seen him move. And then they pan the camera in on him. You can see he's alive. Put him on the stretcher. They reel him up. Taker grabs him, runs him back down while he's still strapped down, arms down so he cannot protect himself, and throws him face first into the Hell in a Cell cage. Thank God Mankind had that mask on. Holy cow, man. So, with it being the 20-year anniversary, and obviously this match being of the namesake, Hell in a Cell, I think they're going to do something spectacular with this match. I think we're going to see a very psychotic spot. Maybe a swanton off the top of this Hell in a Cell. If we see the swanton off the top of the Hell in a Cell, I haven't heard anybody else predict that at this moment. So I'm going to throw it out there on the limb and say, hey, we called it here. But I don't know. I think there's something special in store with us building up the anniversary, the 20-year anniversary, everything like that. I think the more spectacular move is going to come from this match between this and the Universal Championship. With that being said, I do have Randy Orton walking away victorious, but not only that, leaving Jeff Hardy in a bloody heap to the point Jeff's not moving. They throw up the X. Jeff comes out because Randy has completely destroyed Jeff Hardy. We don't see Jeff Hardy back on TV for a little bit. And when we do see him come back, it's with Matt Hardy as Brother Nero. Prediction here, guys. You heard it here on the Kliqpodcast. Yeah, we throwing them crazy today. But I think this is a perfect opportunity to get Jeff some time away from TV. Not only that, reestablish him and Matt Hardy, bring them back together instead of with Bray Wyatt, build from there. So really high hopes for this match in general, especially with it being Jeff Hardy's first ever Hell in a Cell match and him being the king of Extreme. See a lot coming out of this. I don't see Randy taking any crazy spot in this match. No, not at all. Not at all. And I don't want it. Swear to God, if Randy gets injured in this match, I will lose my gourd. Because if you guys don't know, if you're new to the channel, we actually have a fantasy wrestling. If you are curious about ways you can play, you guys can get involved, please contact us. Comment here. Comment us on YouTube. If you go to our YouTube page, we have a reach out to our actual website. And then you can also contact us there. So just get in touch, guys. But with that being said, I got Randy Orton. I picked him when he was still injured because I knew he'd come back. Plus, my team is Team RKO to your dome. So, I mean, very obvious. So, I got Randy Orton walking away victorious. I got this feud ending there. But I don't know what's next for Randy going forward because there are so many heels on both rosters. And there's just not enough baby faces. So, with and I don't know. It's kind of weird because Shinsuke is not even on the card, and he's got the United States Championship. But I don't see Shinsuke and Randy in a feud anytime soon. Now, we get to what could be the main event of the evening, which could be the ultimate swerve of the evening, and that is the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. I know there's many of you guys out there excited about this. I've got to say, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel at all about this match, guys. You got Roman Reigns, and everybody knows how I feel about Roman Reigns, the Roman agenda, but I'm putting that aside for the predictions. But at the same time, Braun Strowman was my very first pick in this fantasy draft. That was the night before the Money in the Bank, so he hadn't even won the Money in the Bank championship. This is what kills me. Roman Reigns is going to walk away victorious, and here's why. Braun is a heel now. The night Braun turned heel, and shout out to that JD from NY206. He was the first one to spot this out. The night Braun turned heel, he did the ultimate babyface act in giving away his Money in the briefcase, Money in the Bank briefcase, to have a one-on-one match with Roman. This, to me, took away his opportunity to actually win that gold. The only way I thought they would have put it on his hands is if he would have sneak attacked him, got him after a match, something along those lines. Just an opportunity to destroy him. With this being a Hell in a Cell, and I understand that's supposed to keep the Shield out, but as we've seen before, Roman Reigns can spear somebody through the Hell in a Cell. He speared freaking Braun Strowman through the steel cage in their match. With this match, it's not the first one to hit the ground. It's still, same rules apply. Went by pinfall, submission, TKO. But with him giving up that briefcase, it took all faith in Braun out. Or all the faith I had in Braun, it took away. And that's a shame. So, I have Roman Reigns walking away victorious, retaining, and moving forward as your Universal Champion. But when I started talking about this match, I said this could be your ultimate swerve. Now, as a lot of you guys out there probably think like me, this is Roman Reigns is going to win this. It's going to add to the... This is what they're trying to add to the mystique of Roman Reigns with. But if you put the title on Braun, you may leave everybody in a moment of awe, but not only that, have one of those OS moments. Those what did I just, did that really happen moments. So, God, I would love to see the title on Braun. I want him to bring the championship home. But, choosing with my head over my heart, we have your Hell in a Cell pay-per-view ending with Roman Reigns being victorious, going into Monday night, your championship, and the feud between him and Braun Strowman continues. But with that being said, guys, thank you as always for sitting to the end, hanging out with me. I hope you guys had a good time. Please leave your predictions and comments anywhere. This isn't just about us. We want it to be about you guys as well. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. I think I'm going to actually drop a pipe bomb for you guys about the Women's Evolution pay-per-view. If you haven't read Mean Dean's article on Sportskeeda about the Women's Revolution pay-per-view, please check that out. But as always, guys, please kick ass, take names, and peace.